ahead.
Did I?
Would you do anything like that? Or are you in the process of doing something like that?
Like a documentary?
Yeah.
You know what's so crazy
Like
is
some
just
vlog shit type
it's
shit.
just seeing a lot of some of my favorite artists doing that shit. I think it's important. I think I admire some of these artists that have footage of them singing when they were like 5, 6 years old and performing. Like,
cool.
Like it's dope. It's like, damn, y'all could afford that shit back then, because I know my peoples couldn't afford that shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Right?
I wish I had footage of me at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Doing all that.
So I try to, but the reality of the situation is that shit costs money.
Mm-hmm.
These motherfuckers ain't out here doing shit for free, you know, and I respect everybody's artistry. I don't have the money to do that. So when I'm able to do that, I would love to do that. But the truth of the matter is I'm not documenting every single fucking note being sang, every word being written. I would love to, though. If I had the luxury of doing that, 100%. Because again, I don't know where I'm going to be next year. I don't know where I'm going to be in 5 years. I don't know where I'm going to be in 10 years. But it would be dope to have all this backlog of, like, again, like I know this footage. It's in the Travis doc, but it went viral on Instagram recently of him performing at this festival with Mike Dean, and there was like 20 people in the crowd. Do you know what that's like to have that footage, to see you are selling?
Oh
out
yeah, I
fucking
did see that
arenas?
footage. Yeah,
And
I
your
do.
first performance, like that we have footage of, was like 20 people, and probably 10 of those people you knew.
Exactly.
And 5 of them want to pay attention.
Word. That's how,
like, do you know what it's like to have that footage to like? To
He was
see
like
the
performing
growth?
upper echelon to like those 20 people.
To 20 people.
Weird.
It's just
Word.
like, yo, like I wish I could afford to.
And how inspirational that is to the artist who's currently performing in front of 20 people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, dang.
Like, you can get there. It's not impossible.
Sometimes I think for me, like I have to take I have to stop and look behind me and see how far I've come, just as a person, not only as an artist, but as a person, first and foremost, because the road ahead seems so daunting. It seems so endless. It seems so hopeless sometimes. So I have to remind myself the same patience that I practice with people and their problems and the things that they're struggling with. I'm like, yo, have patience with yourself. Stop where you are. Look back at where you were. Let's not even go back a few years. Let's go back 6 months ago. Where were you 6 months? Mentally, emotionally, physically, musically. Where were you 6 months ago? Where are you now? Did you grow? Yes. If you did, keep going.
Right.
And that's honestly a process that I try to practice with myself, because it makes it a little bit easier on yourself. I think we know our potential, you know, personally, and we know where we want to get to and what we strive for. And sometimes when we don't reach that on a daily basis, we get frustrated. We lose patience, and we kind of almost sometimes not almost, we lose hope.
Yeah.
No,
Everyone's journey is their own, you know, so like you got to remember and be patient with that. And like, and you know, there's different phases to the journey. 100%. And like, I did want to ask you, so like, how did you start singing? Like, what was there like a moment where you realized you could sing, or was it?
I think it's funny. Like I have a great memory of a lot of things in my life. How I started singing is not one of them. I think my earliest memory is doing a talent show at my elementary school. It was like a random Saturday. I think I sang a song from, I want to say, what was the Disney movie? Oliver and Company.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, did someone convince, like, tell you to do it, or
it was just
like,
something? It was just like singing around the house and stuff like that. My mom, like to be honest with you, if I could be honest, if I could remember correct, my mom forced me. I don't think I wanted to do it. My mom forced me, and I did it.
Good, Mom.
And then thanks, Mom.
That's dope.
And then after that, the earliest, the one that stands out in my mind is 5th grade. I think it was summer school, because I was always a badass jit. I always went. I feel like I can't think of a summer I didn't go to summer school. I went to Sunshine Elementary in Miramar.
Wow.
And then went to Perry Middle. But I feel like almost every summer I was in fucking summer school. But it was a summer school, I think. 5th grade. It was weird. They asked some kid, he wanted to sing, or they asked him to sing, and got on stage and he sang Soul for Real's Candy Rain.
Oh shit.
He sang the first verse. He sang the first verse. He sang the whole first verse and the hook, and I was like, and then he stopped, and I was like, but you're not gonna do the second verse? The second verse is the best part. But that's when he does the run at the beginning of the verse. You're not gonna do that part? I was like, could I go? And I went, sang the second verse, did the hook, and that was like the first taste of girls gravitating towards you because you could sing. And I was just like, I like this shit.
Yeah. He was like,
he was like,
this is fun.
I was like, this is all I have to do?
Yeah,
I was like,
do
this
this?
is cool. And then just
And I
just
like doing
yeah,
this.
and I like this. Like, you mean I have this within me, and all I gotta do is just open my mouth. That's it. Okay, cool. And like, yeah, so that kid, like, obviously, I think everybody was in chorus in elementary school, right? Even if you could sing or not, everybody was in chorus. So I was in chorus, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade. Did it. I was the best male singer, right? You know, Boys to Men. I think what was it? Middle school was 4 Seasons of Loneliness was the Boys to Men song that was out at that time. So singing that shit. Casey and JoJo All My Life was out. So singing that shit. Like there was just songs, like key songs that you just gotta learn, because when a girl asks you to sing, bitch, you better sing that shit
those songs.
because that shit matters, right? And then high school, going into a magnet program, and that's where I really learned to really dial in on the importance of learning music, sheet music, sight reading. Our end of the year showcases had to do with us auditioning songs that we had to get the music together. We couldn't perform the tracks. We had to get the band together or live music together. And that's what started it. And just the hunger for learning show production and putting these things together is just where it kind of took me to the next level. And again, you know, at the time, boy bands were the thing, and just seeing these guys like NSYNC and Backstreet just on stage having fun, and girls are fucking going crazy for them. I'm like, this is what they get paid for? I'm like, where the fuck do I sign up? I'm here for that shit. And it was just, I was just like, yo, I'm sold. Like, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do 100%. Yeah.